as the Waynesville Tiger Marching Band plays our national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. Tonight's football game is not only an interscholastic competitive matchup between these two schools, it is also an extended educational experience for the student athlete. The Missouri State High School Activities Association and Misha member Waynesville High School knows that events such as these help teach life values to the young participants. Keeping that in mind, we ask you to continue a proud Missouri tradition and display good sportsmanship throughout the contest. Waynesville Tiger captains are as follows. Sheen Butler Lawson, number 14. Number 11, Kevin Poinsett. Number 4, Ash. And number 12, Michael. Kickapoo Chiefs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Waynesville Tiger Football 2019. As we're here with the home opener tonight as the Waynesville Tigers take on the Kickapoo Chiefs. I'm Mike Rawlings. Along with me tonight is Matt Johnson. Matt, we're getting ready to watch this Tiger team that we went over to Camden last week in the rain, watched them go down to defeat to our arch rival, the Camden Lakers. Kickapoo last week goes down to one of our other rivals, the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. I think tonight we ought to be in for a heck of a football game to kick off the home season right here in Tiger Town.
Absolutely, Mike. You talk about two teams hungry, looking for their first win. And Coach Rawlings, I'd like to apologize to start the broadcast tonight because there's something, and I'm sure it's my fault. You talked about last week us riding over to Camden, standing in that rain. I got cold. I complained multiple times last week about being cold and wet.
So this is your fault.
So the fact that it's 978 degrees and dry right now is completely my fault. I'll never complain about being cold again.
Well, I think the folks at home, they're going to be okay. They're going to accept your apologies, Matt. They're going to be all right with it.
But I'm sure, as always, we're going to have that hydration break, so they need to be prepared.
I got a feeling
inside.
I got a feeling tonight Mission may have a bunch of those. We didn't have any last week because all they had to do was look up the sky and open their mouth, and they had water coming right in. They were good to go. Well, I'm going to tell you something tonight. I really like this matchup tonight for the Tigers. I think we're in for a good game. Last week, the Tigers had moments they looked really good. Had moments, things went wrong. Camden was able to capitalize. Same situation down in Springfield. Lebanon did the same thing to Kickapoo. I think these two teams are two teams that are so evenly matched. Tonight I think we're going to see a lot of this stuff. You see the Tigers right there going out for the coin toss. I thought maybe the whole team was going to follow out there, and it didn't quite pan out that same way.
No, but that's one thing I love to see right here.
That's that unity part, Matt. That's that unity.
Absolutely. Hollywood Haynes has brought just a new atmosphere, a new everything into this program. And to look out across there and see our Tigers arm in arm, standing on that sideline, boy, it makes me excited for Tiger football.
Well, you see out there as the coin flip goes, going for the Tigers out there, had a chance this week multiple times. Had little short conversations with Tiger head coach Hollywood Joe Haynes. And I'm going to tell you something. Hollywood was fired up about this game tonight. We talked a little bit this morning, and he was extremely excited, really excited about what to see these Tigers come out to do. I know they came back. They did some refocusing early in the week. And I think this Tiger team's ready for this home opener. The crowd's starting to come in. We were setting up here a few minutes ago, Matt. We were talking about the seats weren't filling up real quick. I think part of that goes back to the fact that it's about 90 degrees out there looking directly into the sun. Now we're a couple minutes here before game time, and people are just pouring into the stadium right now.
Absolutely, Mike. And one thing, we're just getting on the air, but want to send this shout-out is we've had our first mobile check-in already. Coach Lucas Smith checking in with us from the west end zone. But you folks at home.
Coach Smith, let's stay with Coach Lucas Smith for a minute. Coach Lucas Smith is down there performing athletic director duties tonight for Coach Ace, and we want to send big congratulations out. Coach Ace is out in the eastern part of the United States at his brother's wedding this weekend. Going to be a new ace in the family out there.
Is he going to bring him back here? Is it?
No, it's just a family ace. It's not.
Well, he's not bringing the whole family back? That seems like an event where if you could probably get a whole bunch of Tigers to bring them back.
Well, I don't know. He didn't say anything about bringing them back. Maybe we're going to have some new aces here at school come Monday. You never know. Well, they probably go to the honeymoon first before all that goes down. But
all right, it looks like the Tigers are going to take the kickoff here. Looks like that's going to, I believe that's Eric Richardson on the far side, and I believe is that Daniel on the near side right here?
Can't tell the number right now, Matt. We're kind of fighting the sun a little bit. We're not too far out of fighting that sun.
No, but I just seeing him walk around today, I think that's Daniel McCullough on the near side here to field off this kick.
A couple members of your 2019 Ozark Conference boys track team.
Absolutely.
Eric stayed with us to the bitter end. We took Eric to the state track meet as a freshman last year running the 100.
Eric Quadrini to kick it off for Kickapoo. It's going to be fielded on a hop. That is going to be Daniel. Daniel McCullough cut, shift up the middle, crosses the 30, still on his feet.
Nice run there by Daniel. Broke a few tackles, got out over the 30.
Well, you're going to take that ball 1st and 10 at 36. We'll take that every time. But as I said, we want to get I have cleaned off back here behind us the TTSN Sports Maps. Kind of a bittersweet moment as we pull all of those pins out from last sports year. And guys, if you're watching us anywhere in this great world, in the U.S., we have the international map as well. If you're overseas, we would love for you to check in with us. We've never hit our goal, Coach Rawlings, of having all 50 states in a sports year.
That is factually correct. Matt, I am getting ready to share that out with the entire world here on Facebook.
We've got an officials timeout here as the Tigers look like they had a man in motion coming across the field. Referee's going to reset.
Matt, I just shared to the entire world our live feed on Facebook with one touch of my thumb there. It's kind of crazy.
Pitch into the backfield, coming across, moving forward. Looks like he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, pick up maybe a yard right there. It's going to be Sheen Butler-Lawson, the senior tailback for the Tigers. You talk about some experience coming back. Sheen Butler-Lawson, a force to be dealt with last year in the Ozark Conference. Look forward to what he's going to do here in the senior season.
Sheen with a little over 900 yards last year for the Tigers. Michael Lewis in there at quarterback.
Fakes the give. Michael's going to keep it. He's across the 40, spilling forward, and looks
going to
like
be close.
Looks like he's going to be about 41 right here. No,
nope. It's going to be a first down. He got a nice mark. Knew that was going to be close, Matt.
So they're going to give Michael 5 yards on the carry, and that will be a first down for the Tigers. So that spots the ball up at the 41. Tigers, well, we're going to have another officials timeout here.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. I'm pretty sure this is not for water already, or we're going to be here a long time.
No, but 4 Tigers coming to the sideline. Going to be an equipment thing. Looks like he's asking them to tuck jerseys in.
Well, and I believe our guys that had to do the shirt tucking, we're going to get a timeout. Coach Haynes had to leave. That was going to be quite a few of our that was going to be our starting backfield right there, quarterback and running backs, and they had to be out for a play, so Coach Haynes decided that's probably a pretty good time to call a timeout. And
I agree with Coach Haynes. I think you burned one right there. I'll be honest. In all the years we've done this, I've never seen the referee send them off of the field for that. And I'm sure, like at the end of a play, the referee would step over and remind a young man, "Hey, you've really got to get that tucked." But I've never seen him send players off in mass.
And maybe something new about that. Folks, one thing that is definitely new in high school Missouri is a 40-second clock this year. Once the ball is dead, the ball is set, that clock starts. The 25-second clock is still used in multiple situations, but on running plays where the ball stays live, we're using that 40-second clock. I didn't see a big difference in it last week. It'll be
I
just
didn't
something
either.
to get used to.
Lewis fakes the handoff again. He's going to take it up the middle, and he's going to pick up another first down as Lewis forward picks up a good 12 yards on the play, brings that one across into the Kickapoo Chief territory.
Nice run there by Michael Lewis. Lewis comes off the field here, Matt, as L.J. Bean is now in at quarterback. And Lewis looked like, once again, it might have been an equipment issue, and he knew it, so he just came off.
Tigers go in motion. Receiver comes across. Handoff goes up the middle. It's sniffed out.
Yeah, Sheen Butler-Lawson, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, it looks like Sheen may lose about 1.5 yards right there as the Kickapoo came right up the middle. Kickapoo had that one sniffed out.
Guys, once again, we want to remind you, you're out there in the worldwide web watching us on Facebook. Tell us where you're at. If you're not in the great state of Missouri, you can be the one that gets your pin in the map right now. And we want to start putting some pins in the map. We can barely see over the pile of pins laying in front of us right now.
Pass right there intended for number 3 for the Tigers. That's going to be Jalen Andrews, the intended target, but pass falls a little bit short. And you know what? I did not get Lucas Smith's pin in, and he was the first to check in. So, Coach Smith, you're the first pin in the TTSN Sports map.
And he's right here with us tonight. Well, I'll tell you, we'll remember that'd be a good trivia question later on.
Oh, here we go.
Lewis under some pressure. Oh, he flips it out to Sheen. Nice job by Michael Lewis.
Nice job. Sheen still on his feet across the 30, spins forward almost to the 25-yard line. What a nice job of the Tigers to make something out of that.
Tremendous job there by Michael Lewis. He had 3 guys attacking him, coming from different ways, was able to keep his wear. Sheen just kind of standing there, hey, buddy, give me the ball. And he got the ball and turned around, got us down to the 26-yard line.
Coach Rawlings, David Campbell checking in, needs a pin right here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, ball's on the ground, and Sheen's going to fall on top of it. David Campbell, Phoenix, Arizona. How about this? Derek Davis from Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Matt.
Oh, buddy, when it rains, it pours.
Janice Andrews Collins from Fort Meade, Texas. Boy, it's too bad Carson wasn't a little quicker on the pull, because Carson Cavaliers watched us from college up in Moe Valley.
All right, Tigers in the set. 2 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom of the screen. A little pass out into the flat. Sheen Butler-Lawson catches it. Cut.
Oh!
Wow.
And Sheen's going to be taken down in the backfield. Miguel Rivera from out in Arizona, Matt.
Boy, Arizona's a popular one early.
So we're going to have 3rd down 17 here. 8:38 left here in the opening quarter.
Boy, you talk about Coach Smith, and here he is delivering us extra lineups, Coach.
And that's going to be a completion down to the 19. It's going to bring up a 4th down, but that 4th down is going to be a 4th and about 3 yards, Matt.
Looks like the Tigers are going to leave the offense in it. As Christopher Blackwell's going to check in from Fort Eustis, Virginia. Tigers
got plenty of time on that play clock right now. Lewis just checking in to get exactly what play Coach Haynes is wanting. They're actually putting that at 4th and 2 up on the scoreboard. And now it looks like Tigers going to have to take a timeout. Tigers going to take a timeout here as the play clock's running down. Not sure that Tigers had the play they wanted on there. Also, interesting point there, Matt. Sheen Butler-Lawson was not on the field at that point, so there may have been something to that, getting Sheen a little rest over on the side after that pop. Matt, did you put a pin over there in West Waynesville? Because right now over in West Waynesville, David Trenton is watching us.
Well, and I see that Mr. Jerry Nelson's also watching The Waynesville, General of Waynesville, Central Missouri is really full of pins right now.
The General Waynesville, Central Missouri.
Well, with that many pins.
I'm not even sure exactly where that is.
Well, it's where that giant pile of pins is.
Well, Coach Lucas Smith just pulled a magnet out. He is lifting the map up.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't start popping pins out, Coach Smith.
And on a positive note, Matt, the sun's down now. we can actually see what's going on.
I'm gonna leave these sunglasses on for just a minute longer.
4th and 2 for the Tigers on the 19-yard line.
Lewis looks to keep it coming around the side. He's got a blocker.
It's going to be close. I think he's going to be short, Matt.
Looking at the
looking
near
across,
side.
yeah. We got a Kickapoo Chief down on the field, injured. And yeah, they're not even going to measure this, Matt. The Tigers are going to come up a little bit short. But we've got can't tell who that is for Kickapoo.
I can't either. So the check-ins keep coming. Jeremiah Nichols watching it work. Wait a minute. Didn't we have an issue earlier in the season last year where Pablo Cuevas almost got fired for watching it work?
Yeah, I think Jeremiah's going to be okay because I'm thinking he's on overtime.
Okay.
Big night last night for Jeremiah, though, as his son Isaac scores his first goal as a Tiger for the Tiger soccer team last night.
Oh, that's fantastic. Lady Tiger softball picked up a win last night.
That's right. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on up here at the high school last night. We'll get you a schedule of what's going on. Whoa, man, we just got some sad news there.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, lots of activity up here. We'll get to the schedule for next week.
All right, so Kickapoo in the set. Quarterback under center, back in the backfield, 2 receivers go in motion. That's number 3 and number.
There's all kind. There's going to be a timeout. Kickapoo. We had 2 receivers in motion. It appeared to be an offensive tackle running in from the sideline. The next thing would have been the chief mascot running onto the field at that point, I think. So.
Well, Mike, and those 2 receivers that went in motion are going to be number 33, Chandler Taylor, and number 3, Chase Cruz. And in talking with Coach Lambert and the staff here this week, they fully expect a heavy dose of those 2 receivers in particular. We know that Kickapoo is the team that likes to spread the offense out. The last few years they have been primarily a passing team. But number 3 and number 33 are 2 to key on.
I'm going to send a big shout out to Niecy Bean watching us from the University of Memphis.
All right. Cruz and those same 2 in motion. And
we've got a flag down.
I'm going to pin right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
It's going to be on the Tigers.
Well, Coach,
be offsides on the Tigers.
Looking at it in the optimistic way, we already have 6 different states checked in, and I'm not a mathematician, but I think that's over 10% of the states in the entire country.
And we're going to get a run there by Kickapoo.
That's going to be Michael Magnus with the carry. He's going to spill forward, pick up maybe a yard or so. Not much there. Tough sledding on the inside against that Tiger line.
I'm not. Yeah, they're going to give him a yard there. There wasn't much room there against that Tiger defensive line. Under the direction of Coach Mike Klutz.
Kickapoo spreads 2 out. Handoff, faked up the middle.
The handoff. He's going to maybe fall forward for another yard. Dean Kapowski, we're going to get you that Evening Shade Missouri shout out right now, Matt. Get a pin in there for Evening Shade.
All right, big
Third down and
down
3.
here.
Boy, a lot of confusion there by the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Kickapoo spreads 4 wide, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Now they empty the backfield. Quarterback drops back. He's got a receiver on the sideline.
It's going to be caught at about the 36-yard line.
I wasn't sure. Of course, that's a long way across there from my eyes.
Quite possibly the worst angle in the world to try to see if he caught the ball there.
I could not tell if he kept a hold of it and the referee ran over and gave the motion.
Lot better seat in the house for him right there.
Checking into the game right now. Looks like Damian Machuca, number 44, joining the game on defense here for the Tigers. Checking back in. All right, handoff goes up the middle. Little running room. He's going to go forward. It looks like he's going to pick up about 7 on the first down carry right there.
Man, it looks like that number 23 for Kickapoo there. You've got the Chiefs over there in front of you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was trying to figure out. It's early in the season. That's going to be Devon Smith on the tackle there. I was trying to catch the Tiger.
Michael Muggins on the run for the Kickapoo.
Handoff once again up the middle. Somebody's lost a hat.
Look, I think that's Muggins again, I believe. Maggins.
It's going to be 23.
Is that Muggins? How are we going to say that, Matt?
I think I'm going to say that that's Moggins.
Moggins. Well, I was 0 for 3, so.
Well, and if there's anybody out there that might be related to him, we'd take a phonetic pronunciation if you want to send that on in.
1st and 10 for Kickapoo on the 47-yard line.
Kickapoo keeps that wide set, fakes the handoff out of the middle. Quarterback rolls out. He's looking long. He's got a receiver just overthrows him.
Just off the fingertips.
That's going to be number 33, Chandler Taylor, that we said was going to be one to watch. And boy, right there, Taylor did get a step on his defender, but just a little long, just off the fingertips right there.
2nd and 10.
And just as Coach Lambert and I were talking, he fully expected Kickapoo to really spread this out, and they sure are right here. Man comes in motion, fakes the handoff, rolls out to the side, looks like he's going to take off, try and get it with his feet, and he's going to pick up a couple yards before he gets out of bounds. Looks like they're going to give him about 3 yards on the scamper right there. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 here. Ball sits right at the 50-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun set, still the 4 wide. Believe that's Moggins in the backfield behind. Elmquist takes it. Looks out in the flats, right to Moggins, going to be stopped. What a nice job in the open field right there. Pursuit right down the line, drops him as soon as he looks upfield.
Switch the map, Matt. We got Felicia Wilson watching from Italy.
Oh, buddy, first pin for the international map.
4th and 7. Kickapoo's going to be in the punt formation.
And Coach Rawlings, this is, as I look at our map, I can kind of tell the countries that have been marked before. This is going to be our first ever Italian pin.
Punt's going to be up. It's going to hit the ground. I think Tiger's going to get away from that. If I had to, whoa, I was incorrect. As Tiger comes running up and fields the ball. I couldn't tell who that was over there, Matt.
I did not see who it was either. I was still trying to catch right there. Ian Williams had that open field stop right there on that 3rd down play that forced the punt on the Kickapoo sideline.
So the Tigers going to take over on their 17. 4:28 left here in quarter number 1.
It's a nice stop right there, and kind of what we talked about as we came on the air tonight. These are two pretty evenly matched teams. Both ran into a little trouble last week, and both are going hard right now. Coach Rawlings looking for that first win. No one wants to start 0-2. All right, Tiger spread one receiver way out here to the bottom of the screen. Got another two. Two go in motion. Run goes up the middle.
That'll be Butler Lawson on the carry.
Looks like number 10, Jared Hyatt, checking into the game at receiver for the Waynesville Tigers.
A little bubble screen there for the Tigers.
Oh, that's Saul DeHart. I was looking across there trying to figure out who it was. Saul DeHart, one of those guys that played a really good game last week. I think he was one of the players of the week for the Tigers last week.
I believe you are correct. Pitch back to Butler Lawson. He's going to get the first down.
Wow.
Cuts back up the middle.
Takes
a load of Chiefs with him.
He
Picks
keeps
up
those
about
legs
7 yards
punting.
and a first down.
He keeps those legs a-pumping, and holy cow, Sheen Butler Lawson was moving a pile of about 6 Chiefs with him.
First and 10, Tigers with the ball on the 30. A lot of people in the backfield with.
Wow, nice run right there, right up the middle. I'm trying to catch a number.
That's
there.
Eric Richardson on that run.
Okay, that is Eric Richardson, number 30 right there with that run. Didn't look quite big enough to be Sheen, so I was trying to catch a number. Checking into the game for the Tigers is going to be Kevin Poinsett, number 11, splits out wide to the top of the screen.
Richardson picks up 10 and a first down on that run.
Well, and we see it.
I believe LJ Beam's in at quarterback. Richardson is in the backfield with him.
We've seen speed, the speed that Mr. Richardson is capable of, and that young man has a motor.
LJ's going to bring it around the right side. He's going to pick up about 3.
LJ, real nice job to make that first guy miss right there. Gets those 2-3 yards, depending on the spot here. It looks like about 3. Those 3 yards, he's going to earn those with his legs.
Lewis and Butler Lawson back in the game for the Tigers.
Tigers bunch 3 receivers down here at the bottom. 1 split out wide to the top. Lewis in the backfield, he drops back.
And
We've got a flag.
Down.
I think we might have had a little movement down here on the near side.
Boy, it was real close to the snap, so I wasn't sure that it. I won't say wasn't sure it wasn't going to get called. I wasn't sure that we weren't right on. But
right. All right, so the Tigers changed formation. 2 wide outs to the bottom, 2 to the top. 1 at the top comes in motion. Lewis drops back. He's looking down the field, looking for.
Overthrown his receiver there.
That's going to be Jared Hyatt, the intended target, but just a little long right there. Jared had nice position right there. Had the inside sealed off, but just a little long right there. Oh, Coach Rawlings. Air Force Base. Holloman Air Force Base, New Mexico going on the board.
Lewis back to pass. He's going to let it fly down this side. Nice coverage there by Kickapoo.
Jalen Andrews going to be your intended target right there. I think Jalen ends up playing some pretty nice defense.
He did too.
to make sure that one didn't come back the other direction.
So the Tigers are going to punt the ball away. That's going to be Aaron Choi back to punt for the Tigers.
That's going to be the speedy receiver, Chad Cruz, back there to return this kick for Kickapoo.
Aaron gets it off under some pressure there. Nice bounce for the Tigers.
Great Waynesville hop right there. Wow, that's the second dangerous punt pickup that I've seen tonight.
So Kickapoo will take over for their second possession on the, we'll see where they spot that ball at.
Looks like it's going to be right at the 25-yard line.
Yes,
Mike,
it is.
We need to give a shout-out to Angie Machuca-Wright, checking in from California tonight.
Matt, I feel like we should have hired a third person just to put pins in tonight.
Well, no, I don't want anybody to take away my fun.
1:11 left here in quarter number 1. Opening night 2019 here at Tiger Stadium.
All right, so the Waynesville defense back on the field. Handoff goes up the middle. Running back has a little room, and boy, I'm glad that Tiger tripped him up because there was a lot of real estate in front of him right there.
Looking to see who that was. Josh Ash was the one that tripped up the, was that?
I cannot get a number on that running back. That is not Moggins back there.
Nice job there by the Tiger D.
Elmquist gets out on the side trying to.
Ian Williams gets him trapped there in the backfield.
Boy, and Ian Williams is getting quick over to that far side of the field. That's the second real nice stop Ian Williams has gotten out there and made in open space.
Kickapoo will not have to run a play here.
All right, third down and short. Looks like about 3 yards here. Kickapoo has 4 receivers, 3 to the bottom.
They're not going to run a play. They're going to go to the end of the first quarter. We've got no score here after a quarter of play here at Tiger Stadium. Matt, you know what that means it's time for, don't you?
Is it the first TTSN Sports Update?
It's time for a TTSN Sports Update. This TTSN Sports Update brought to you by the Tiger TV Facebook page, Tiger TV Facebook, for all the news that is news right here in Tiger Town. Matt, you know who likes the Tiger TV Facebook page? It's going to be the first person that checked in with me tonight once we went on the air.
That's going to be head wrestling coach Lucas Smith.
He wasn't first. I had one right before that that checked in a little bit on the side via the text. Former Tiger,
Sports fan of the year, I should have known.
Always a Tiger. Mr. David Lawson checked in from Columbia Mo, watching the Tigers on Facebook. We want to thank David for always joining us to watch a little Tiger sports when he's not back here and watching it live. Matt, this sports update, we're going to talk about what's going on tomorrow. We got 2 events for the Tigers tomorrow. They're both the first events. The varsity cross-country team has their first meet in Jefferson City tomorrow. If you want to get out there and not do anything, head to Jeff City and watch that cross-country meet. We also have JV and freshman volleyball at the Hillcrest Tournament tomorrow, so we have some sports action for the Tigers tomorrow. Whoa, we've got a sack to start off the second quarter.
I think that's going to be Aiden McFarland right there. They got in there real quick and got him. Aiden just a sophomore, and wow, what a move.
Kickapoo setting up a rollout to the left, and Aiden was having none of that. Aiden got there before they could even get the ball outside the tackle box. So I believe, is that Richardson and McCullough back for the?
I believe you are correct.
Nope, that's A.J. Martin over on the far side.
A.J. Martin on the far side. Richardson on the near side, I believe. Kicks up. It's high, and it is short. That's not going to get anywhere close to midfield. Well, maybe with a hop.
All right, 45. That the Tigers are going to take over in Kickapoo territory on the 45-yard line. Great field position for the Tigers to start out this drive.
All Mike, couple former Tigers here checking in with us on TTSN Sports Update. I'm sorry, on the TTSN Sports feed over here, Mr. Christian Hopkins and the one and only Damo Jones checking in with us tonight. Damo, I think maybe down in Florida. I'm going to need a confirmation to be able to put a pin in Florida.
Coach Aaron Bartle checking in from St. James tonight.
Coach Bartle, a former voice down there on our sister station in Rolla, Channel 6 down in Rolla, sister station. And folks, never forget.
Nice run by Sheen Butler Lawson. He takes it to the right, had nowhere to go, was able to reverse it back to the near side of the field. Nice stiff arm to pick up another couple yards off that run. Sheen's going to pick up about 7 on that.
Coach Rollins, we talked about our sister station, Channel 6 down there. Always want to remind our viewers, Channel 6 in Rolla, only half as good as Channel 12 here in Waynesville. All right, Tigers loaded backfield right here. LJ Bean.
We got a flag down. University of Kentucky. Matt, while you're over there, take 2 pins because Taylor Marie Rawlings is watching from the great state of Oklahoma right now.
Oh, man. Here's Kentucky, and here is Oklahoma.
Full house backfield for the Tigers. LJ Bean at quarterback right now.
LJ gives inside man, comes across, and it's going to be down. Looks like forward momentum's going to take him just across the 30-yard line. That's going to be Richardson with the carry. So the pickup of 3 by Richardson is going to make it 2nd and 7. Lewis back in. Still on his feet, taking it down. That's going to be a first down. Was that Sheen? I could not tell.
Well, we're getting ready to find out. That was number 28 for the Tigers.
28
Evander
is going to be Evander Bradford. Last name that we called on TTSN here for years and years when Big Brother Elton was playing for Tigers.
Tigers 1st and 10 on the 17.
Tigers keep that ball moving. That one's going to be down, looks like all the way down to the 10-yard line, so pick up about 7 there on the first down run.
I believe that was Bradford again. Butler Lawson back in the game for the Tigers. 2nd and 3 on the 10-yard line.
All right, Butler Lawson alone in the backfield behind Lewis. Now receiver goes in motion. That's going to be A.J. Martin. That's going to be a touchdown.
Sheen. He's going to run it in.
Sheen Butler Lawson.
From 10 yards out, Sheen Butler Lawson gets the Tigers on the board here. 9:21 left in the 2nd quarter.
Well, Coach Rollins, Tiger strike first blood right here. What we talked about, a hard-fought drive, but boy, credit the Tigers. They kept fighting, pushing down, get inside, get that. Looks like Aaron Choi's going to be on to kick the extra point here. Snaps back, holds down. Choi gets it up, and it's good.
Makes that lead 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. Nice drive for the Tigers. Are they good field position to start off and just took it right at the Kickapoo Chiefs, punched it in the end zone.
Absolutely. Tigers get on the board first. 9:21 left to play here in first half action. But like what we saw there, Coach Rawlings, Tigers last week, one thing that stood out to me is that even in the rain, the Tigers weren't afraid to pass the ball, but a very balanced offense in the way that they attacked it, whether a nice mix of run and pass, where we've seen the team like Kickapoo tonight, probably a little more pass than run, but I'll say this, not as much pass out of Kickapoo so far tonight as I thought there would be.
No, and that's exactly right. The Tigers have done a good job of getting in the backfield at Kickapoo offense and really shutting some things down. Once again, Sheen Butler Lawson on that touchdown for the Tigers.
All right, Choi back in. Ball's teed up to kick off. Cannot see who's back for the Kickapoo Chiefs. Choi boots the ball. Nice kick right there. Going to go.
It's going to go in the end zone.
I was going to say, it looked like it skipped right through that corner of the end zone.
So Kickapoo will take over 1st and 10 on the 20.
I believe that was number 55 back on the near side that was closest to that ball, but I'm looking at my roster right here, Coach Rawlings, and I do not have a 55 on the roster for Kickapoo. I believe he's been in there at running back, and I do not have a name for this young man.
Well, we'll have to work on that with our spotter crew. Up the middle there for Kickapoo.
Got through and found some daylight, still on his feet all the way out to the 40-yard line. That's going to be number 23. That's going to be Michael Moggins.
Moggins with a 20-yard run there.
Boy, he got past that first wave and found another gear and scampers forward to pick up 20 right there. Nice first down run for Moggins. All right, handoff goes to Moggins once more, this time looking for some space, maybe to the left of the left guard right there, and he's going to go forward and pick up about 3.5, maybe 4 yards.
They're going to make it 2nd and 6 for the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Elmquist goes to the line to get goes to the sideline to get the play, brings it to the line. Elmquist goes under center. 2 receivers split out to the top, 1 to the bottom. Lone man in the backfield is Moggins. He's going to get it. Little hesitation right there. Boy, he's got that little gear shift.
Yeah, he's going to pick up about 11 on that carry.
That little stutter move, boy, really throwing the Tigers off right there.
Yeah, he waited for his hole there. The first run we saw, the 20, he went straight up the middle. That time, little change of speed, little change of direction, and waited for the hole and got through and got the first down. Kickapoo's going to be 1st and 10 on the Tiger 45.
Helmquist in the backfield now in the shotgun set. Fakes it to Moggins. He goes deep.
He's got a wide open receiver there. And there it's Kickapoo's going to hit a 45-yard touchdown pass.
It's gonna be a broken coverage play there. Cruz comes off the line clean, gets into daylight with no Tigers around right there. Just a little missed pickup there somewhere, because there's no way that young man should be left alone. So just like that, Kickapoo tees it up here with a chance to tie it.
Snap down, the kick's up, and it's going to be good. And we're all tied up here. 7:46 left in quarter number 2, 7-7.
Well, that changed quickly, Coach Rawlings.
Yes, it did.
So look down there, Coach Klutz talking it over with the defensive captains. Looks like right there that somebody missed that coverage and that cannot happen again. Coach Klutz looks none too pleased right there.
So that's going to be going back for the Tigers. It's going to be Bradford, and did you catch the other side of that? Look like McCullough. Bradford and
I believe that's Daniel McCullough, number 84 up
and
there.
And Evander Bradford back for the Tigers.
Teeing it up is going to be number 99, Nick Quadrini. Ooh, little bouncers down the middle. Tigers fielded at the 25, go forward, get almost to the 30. I think he's going to be just shy of the 30-yard line, so the Tigers are going to be in business right there.
Jalen Andrews picks up that little squib kick. Tigers will start out on the 30.
Well, Coach Rollins, we had that sun beaming down earlier, but those clouds have rolled in across the way. Still a beautiful evening here.
It is a beautiful. You know, setting up here in the booth, you look at those clouds and everything, it almost looks like it ought to be chilly out there. Then you look at the people sitting in the stands, and I don't think they're feeling it.
No, they appear to be fanning themselves. All right, so Jalen Andrews brings that nose touch in the 30s. So the Tiger offense going to go back to work there. The Tigers have 7:43 left here in the first half. All right.
Lewis at quarterback. Butler Lawson behind him.
Eric Richardson comes in motion, fake the pitch. Lewis is going to keep it, and he's going to take it forward.
And that ball's loose. It's on the ground. I don't like the celebration on the other side of the field right now, Matt.
No, I don't either, and it is.
It is. That ball got loose, and Kickapoo was able to fall on top of it. So Kickapoo's going to take over on the Tiger 31.
Tough break for the Tigers right there. That defense pressed right back onto the field, but I know they're going to give it everything they've got right there.
Play clock's running down on Kickapoo. They're under 10 seconds, and they're not even to the ball yet.
Kickapoo's going to have to take a timeout here, or they're going to draw the penalty. It's at 0.
They're going to draw the.
Wow.
Well, I'm not sure. I don't believe that the Kickapoo chief coaching staff had any idea that they was that close. That's really. No one. I was watching that sideline as it was getting close, waiting for a timeout, and no one seemed to be looking at the clock. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now after the 5-yard penalty.
Backs it up. Handoff goes up the middle. That's going to be Moggins. He's going to go forward. Looks like he's going to pick up about 8 of the 15, so bring up 2nd and 7. Aiden McFarland in there on the stop for that one.
I don't know that I've seen that with the team off a turnover taking that long to come out and not being no one seemed to be aware of the clock at all.
Well, there didn't seem to be much urgency.
No.
Handoff's going to go forward, pick up maybe 1.5 yards there. Not a lot of sledding right there.
Going to get down to they'll probably mark that on the 25, I believe.
So they give him almost 2 yards. So that's going to stop at 3rd and 6. Ball rest at the 25-yard line.
It'll be 3rd and 3, Matt. I hadn't
I'm
changed
sorry.
up on the board yet. So it's 3rd and 3 for Kickapoo here. Kickapoo with a full house backfield. They're going to go straight up the middle, and it's going to be close. It's going to be real close. It's going to depend on that spot. Far side, it doesn't look like they got it. Near side, well, they didn't get it. They gave it to that far side official, Mark, right there.
I'd expect Elmhurst right here to, just give it to Moggins, and he's going to plow it on across that line.
So it's going to be first and 10 for Kickapoo on the 20 of the Waynesville Tigers.
All right, Elmhurst once again up under center. And we're going to have a penalty. I think we've got movement down here on this receiver. I believe that's number 84, Connor Fitzgerald. I think he got a little jumpy. So that's going to move it back. It'll be 1st and 15 as we're just about 5.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Handoff goes to Moggins. He gets stumbled in the backfield. Looks like maybe fall forward for one.
Yeah, he got hit in the backfield, and I think you're right. I think he's probably going to get one out of that run.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 14. All right.
Kickapoo spreads 3 out wide this time. They've been in that full house backfield for a long time.
Elmquist takes it out of the shotgun set. This time he's going to hand it off, and boy, the Tigers sniffed that out. It's going to be number 3, Chandler Taylor, the receiver, coming across on a little end around, and the Tigers were not fooled at all.
He had nowhere to go. So it's going to be 3rd and 20 now. 3rd and 19 probably. 3rd and 19.
3rd and 19.
Now we got Kickapoo Chiefs spread out all over the place.
Elmquist looking down that left-hand side. He puts the ball out, and wow. Didn't end up mattering, but right there, Cruz got a heck of a shove off. The ball was about 10 yards over his head, but he clearly two-hand shoved the Tiger defender in the chest.
Well, the quarterback and receiver were not on the same page right there. And so, seeing what Kickapoo's going to do here, I'm pretty sure they're not going to punt.
Now I see kicker number 99, Nick Quadrini, coming in. What I'm wondering is, are they going to looks like they're going to spot up for a field goal.
It's going to be
a
46-yard field goal, yeah. He lets it go. It's low, and it's going to be low and wide left there, so the Tigers will take over.
Wow.
Nice defensive stand there for the Waynesville Tigers after the turnover deep in their own territory. Come out of there and hold Kickapoo to no points. That's a huge defensive stand.
Absolutely. After that turnover, your defense comes off the field after the score. Quick turnover puts the defense right back out there. They stiffen their neck, and boy, credit Coach Klutz and those defensive Tigers right there for making a big stand deep in your own territory. And with 4:06 left to go, puts the ball back in the offense's hands. Plenty of time to work with here. Tigers still have 2 timeouts, I believe.
2 timeouts will start on the 20-yard line.
Pitch goes back to Sheen Butler Lawson.
He changes direction. And he is going to be brought down. That's going to be, it depends on where they spot that ball.
It looks like that's going to be about an 8-yard loss, 9-yard loss.
That's going to be a 10-yard loss. They put that ball right on the 10-yard line. So now the Tigers now it's still going to be the Tigers with a 2nd and 20.
So lost right there is going to put the Tigers back deep in their territory. I'd expect Kickapoo
right here.
Kickapoo's going to pin their ears back and come right after Michael Lewis would be my guess.
Lewis is rolling out, and he's just going to get rid of it right there. So 3rd and 20 for the Tigers.
All right, 3rd and 20. Quick snap, comes back to Lewis. Lewis looking down the near side.
That's going to be out of bounds. The ball was caught.
They're going to say he didn't maintain possession coming to the ground right there. It's going to be Saul DeHart, made a really good effort. Saul really had to stretch out there to keep the feet in bounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was able to keep the feet in bounds and get to the ball there. So 4th and 20 for the Tigers. Eric Joy back to punt the ball for Waynesville. Aaron lets it fly.
Nice kick right there. Choi all the way back, going to be fielded by Cruz at the 47, but he's quickly across the 40 down right to the 30.
So the Kickapoo Chiefs are going to once again take over with real good field position here. The 30-yard line in Tiger territory. 2:56 left in quarter number 2. See if that Tiger defense can hold once more.
Well, that Tiger defense made a real nice stop this last time. Would love to see him jump out there and do it again, as there is just under 3 minutes to play here in the first half.
Kickapoo with 2 wides to the top, 1 to the bottom.
Looks like Moggins in the backfield behind Elmquist. The give goes to Moggins. He's on his feet as he crosses forward, and it looks like he's going to pick up almost 10 yards on the first down carry.
Now, once again, it's going to depend on that mark. It looks like he's going to be just short. Yep, it's going to be 2nd inches here.
Boy, Kickapoo quickly back on that ball. Elmquist back under center. Turn, gives to Moggins again, and he's going to be down inside the 15.
That's going to be a first down for Kickapoo.
Checking into the game for the Tigers going to be number 74, Devon Smith.
Kickapoo stays with the 3 wides. Now they've run out of this. Little different formation what we saw the last time they had the ball. See, powerhouse backfield there, but they're still running the ball against the Tigers.
They bring Cruz in motion. Fake the give to Cruz and going to give it to Moggins, and he's going to go forward that time. Looks like pick up maybe 2.
Second 8 for the Chiefs.
Really want to see the Tigers get a stop right here, because Waynesville came out, got the first possession of the ball. Kickapoo going to start the second half with possession. Definitely don't want to let them sneak in right here. All right, receiver comes in motion. Fake goes.
It'll be Moggins up the middle again. He's going to be inside the 5. That's going to set up a 1st and goal for the Kickapoo Chiefs inside the 5.
Oh, it's going right up the middle every time. All right, so that's going to set it up 1st and goal. Ball sits just inside the 5-yard line as we're down to just about a minute to play here in first half action. Elmquist in the shotgun set as he's got 2 receivers bunched to the top, 1 spread out to the bottom. Give goes to Moggins in the middle, and that one sniffed out.
That ball's loose, isn't it? There was a fumble on the play, and that ball was down. Tigers saying they have it.
Referee, and
yes,
they do.
The Tigers do. That ball was on the turf.
And
it was kind of a delayed call by the official, but the Tigers were coming off the field. They were sure they had that ball. So Tigers are going to take over on the 5-yard line. 49 seconds left here in quarter number 2.
I don't know.
Actually, it's going to be on the 4-yard line.
I don't know if he was the one that stripped it or the one that covered it right there, but big Antonio Pearson was in on that right there as he looked excited coming out of the bottom right there. Handoff goes. Sheen Butler Lawson. Kickapoo looked like they were trying to stand him up and do the old, you stand him up, I'll try and rip the ball out. But credit that Tiger defense again. That is the second tough stand in a row that the Tigers have made.
It had a Kickapoo Chief lose his helmet there, so that stopped the clock momentarily. So he had to leave the field for a play.
Sheen Butler-Lawson in the backfield. Is that Bradford in front? I cannot tell.
I can't really tell.
I don't know. That's going to be number 70 in there at fullback. That's going to be Nathaniel Hall back there.
We're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, I think
by Kickapoo.
I think
bring
Kickapoo.
Up 3rd and 7.
Kickapoo thinks that they may have a chance to get this ball back here, force a punt, force something from the Tigers back deep.
So 25 seconds left here, the first half. The Tigers are going to run a play. If they don't get a first down, Kickapoo's going to use that last timeout. Butler-Lawson in the backfield.
Turn goes.
And he's going to be stuffed. Now we're going to get that last final timeout.
5 Kickapoo Chiefs there to greet him. Going to stop it with the timeout, and I would expect we're going to see Aaron Choi come in to punt the ball for the Tigers.
And I would expect the Kickapoo Chiefs to go after a block here.
Absolutely. Well, and we saw Cruz that last time
with a nice return.
Set up a nice return, and that young man has some speed. And if he gets into some open field right there, gets a head of steam built up, may be hard to stop him. So Kickapoo, I'm sure, going to sell out trying to come for the block, but setting Cruz back there, Kickapoo just trying to put themselves in a place for something good to happen. But the Tiger defense has made a couple really nice stops here to end the second half, or in the first half. Keep that game knotted up at 7. And like we said coming on the air, this is 2 pretty evenly matched teams, both really hungry to get that first win on the season.
Cruz is at the 40-yard line right now. Maybe looking at anything short he's going to take. Anything over his head he might just let go. You don't know here.
Choi spots up about 3 yards deep into the end zone. Snaps back, good snap. Kicks away.
And he is going to have to back up.
Going to be fielded right at the 48. Cruz looking for some space on the near side. He gets across the 40, across 35. We've got a flag down. I think we had a block in the back over here on Kickapoo. Right about the 35-yard line is what it looked like.
And it is, you're exactly right. That's a huge penalty right here because they were going to get probably a couple shots at the end zone from the 30. And now they're going to have a lot more real estate if they attempt to try to score here.
Saul DeHart gets in there and makes the stop on that play. But I just happened to be looking right at the spot, and I saw a Tiger get cleared out from behind. So that's going to be the block in the back. That's going to move it back
to the 48.
48-yard line, and you're going to have 9.1 seconds. So
be interesting. They could take a shot here. They could kneel. It'll be interesting. Like as you said, Matt, they're going to get the ball coming out in the second half.
Elmquist is going to start in the set. He's going to be deep. They're going to line up 4 receivers wide. Kickapoo may be going to take a shot right here as Moggins goes in motion to the outside. Elmquist scrambling out. He's got a receiver.
He does have a receiver. The ball was short.
He's going to short hop in there, and you can't do that.
Nope, that's going to be 2.9 seconds left here in the first half.
So barring a penalty, I'm going to think this is probably the last play of the first half. So the Tigers move back the defense, put those backs back deep. Elmquist under pressure. He's
still
looking
running
for
around.
some place to find it, and he's going to overthrow.
That's going to bring us to the end of the first half, and we're all tied up here. The Kickapoo Chiefs 7, the Waynesville Tigers 7. We're going to let everyone at home kick back and watch the Waynesville Tiger Marching Band under the direction of Jim Stockman, and we'll be back with you in a bit for second half action.
As our band sets up, we kindly ask everyone at the railing during halftime because it blocks spectators. And the Waynesville Certified Marching Band. It's directed by Jim Stockman. Assistant directors are Jared Sabatasso and Nathan Gargas. Color guard coach is Rebecca Schaefer. Additional support is provided by Laura Smith. The band would like to say a special thank you to the parents who volunteer and support their program. The band will perform at competitions in Washington, Fayette, and Columbia this year. Let's hear it again for the Waynesville TigerTV Marching Band. Of course, we'd also like to thank the following sponsors, our individual members, Jamie Stearns and family, Don and Nancy Crawford, Aaron and Ann Pondrum, Kevin and Allie Hillman, Cole and Shelley Imperato, Butch and Becky O'Reilly, Mark and Angie Wilson, Ronnie and Janice Dye, the Ace family, and Chris and Angie Hills. Our business members of the Tiger Club, Crossroads Barbershop and Ocean Buffet, and of the Pride Club, Roanoke Printing, Gears and Beers Automotive, Hobo Chiropractic, and Bank of Iberia. And a big thank you to our varsity level corporate sponsor, Complete Collision Center. In addition, we would like to thank Mike Freeman and his team at Stellar Sexton for their effort in helping out our band program through their Drive for Your School event. Last year they raised over $3,000. We will again be doing Drive for Your School on Monday, September 16th, starting at 4:30 p.m. QR codes are available on the ticket booths out front to sign up for the event via your phone. Please take the time to sign up and come out September 16th to support our kids. And one more time, a big thank you to our varsity level corporate sponsor, Complete Collision Center. Please be kind and do not stand at the railing and block the view of others. This seating is for handicapped individuals only. Thank you. We would like to thank our chain game for tonight's game, Mike the Boss Dunbar, Bob the Hammer Jones, Chris Mad Dog Morgan, and Craig the Crazy Train Chavez. Thank you, chain game.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for second half action here from Tiger Stadium. The Kickapoo Chiefs 7, the Tigers from Waynesville also at 7. Matt, we're really just starting this thing over again with one half of football to play because we played 24 minutes and we're right back where we started from.
Absolutely. Now, the Kickapoo's going to get the ball here to start the second half, but what a job by the Waynesville Tigers to finish up that first half. 2 huge defensive stands, and really the second one got in, as close to just inside the 5-yard line, and Tigers get a takeaway, rip that ball loose and cover it up for the fumble recovery. Got to tip your hat right now to the Tiger defense for making 2 tough stops to keep this knotted up at 7.
That is exactly right. And a little sports action coming across the ticker as we come back in. The Cardinals are up 3-1 in the 7th over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ooh, keep them boys winning up in St. Louis, Matt.
Boy, the Cardinals have played well. Sad news for the Cardinals there as we got on the air. Former Cardinal Chris Duncan passing away.
And that is, he had that battle with brain cancer for years. Matt, and once again, we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to the Joplin football staff.
Oh, absolutely.
The tragedy down there this past week as one of their players collapsed during practice. Matt, he was also a thrower for the track team. And you know, it's something that when you're coaching at the high school level, it's something that you definitely hits home. It hits home anywhere, but Joplin, 1 year removed from the Ozark Conference, and we want to, we want to send our condolences to everyone in that Joplin area.
All right, Aaron Choi teeing it up here for the Waynesville Tigers as we're just about set to kick off second half action. And Coach, I believe this is Latrell King is the young man on the near side back deep, and we've seen him in there at tailback a few times tonight. It's going to be Latrell King, and up to the top, I think, I can't see for sure, that may be Chandler Taylor spread out to the top. It's going to
get to the end zone
and be a touchback for the Kickapoo Chiefs, so they're going to get that ball at the 20-yard line and start right there.
So that's how we'll start the second half. Tigers started off the first half with the ball. It's been kind of it's been a game of field position and the Tiger defense holding Kickapoo out of the end zone.
Well, absolutely, and you talk about that field position, definitely a chess match there at times in the first half.
Kickapoo getting the ball at the 30 or closer twice. Tiger defense holding them out of the end zone both of those times. Sheen Butler Lawson with the Tigers only touchdown, a 10-yard run, and Kickapoo with the 45-yard touchdown pass.
Latrell King's going to start in the backfield here. Turn, give, goes to King, and he's tripped up, keeps those feet moving, but the Tigers wrap him up at the line of scrimmage. No good. Looks like he may lose.
I think he's going to lose a yard on that, Matt.
Ian Williams, number 8 in there on the stop for the Waynesville Tigers.
Coach Haynes and his staff go in at halftime, and I'm sure that's one of the things they talked about. They got to shore up the middle. When Kickapoo's been able to move the ball, they've been able to move by running the ball up the middle.
King stays in the backfield after we saw a healthy dose of Moggins there in that first half. Now we're going to have a hold.
Yeah, that's in the area of holding.
Elmquist is going to run forward and looks like he's going to pick up 6, but that one's going to be coming back. Looked like that left tackle, and I did not see who the Waynesville Tiger was that he held, but Waynesville Tiger was coming down his throat, and right there.
Well, you couldn't see because he had a hold on Matt.
Well, he had to make a decision. Either he was going to hold or Elmquist was going to take a nasty hit.
So that's going to bring up second down and 21 for the Kickapoo Chiefs. Once again, we're playing field position here. This is definitely when teams have had trouble moving the ball.
Elmquist looking for space out here. looks like he was looking for King right there. Latrell King was the intended target, but nice coverage right there.
A.J. Martin.
A.J. Martin and Deron Anderson was the other guy right there in that bunch.
3rd down 21.
3rd and 21 right now, and would not be surprised to see Coach Klutz bring a little pressure right here with that front side of the Waynesville defense. King in the backfield beside Elmquist. Kickapoo goes 4 receivers wide. Receiver comes in motion, trips at the top, rolls out to the near side. He's got the pressure.
He had to get rid of the ball right there. He didn't have a choice.
Is that Deron Anderson again with the pressure right in his face? I cannot tell.
Kickapoo will be punting now from their own
No, I'm
end zone.
sorry. That's going to be number 8. Well, Deron right there and Ian Williams, number 8. Both get there to put a little pressure on it. Tigers.
A.J. Martin, one of our back guys.
Daniel McCullough is the guy on the near side.
Okay.
Punting from about 6 yards deep in his end zone. It's going to be Nick Quadrini. High wobbler. Going to be fielded.
And it's on the
Ball's
ground.
loose.
Daniel gets back on top of it. That's a tough ball to catch when it's wobbling like that up there. Daniel got his hands on it. Luckily was able to get right back on top of it.
Well, and takes that fortunate bounce as it kind of wobbles right through, but bounces right back up into him, and the Tigers are going to get the ball in great field position here, right about the 37-yard line of the Kickapoo Chiefs. Michael Lewis, Sheen Butler-Lawson in there in the backfield as the Tigers get a nice spot right here. Would love to go down this first trip and punch it in for 7. Turn, pitch goes to Sheen. Sheen bobbles a little bit. Escapes the first 2, still on his feet, spinning around. Sheen doing a nice job to try and make something out of it right there.
Looks like he's going to end up losing about 2, but it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, absolutely. Number 57 in there. Don't have a first name, Demontavious, or I'm sorry, don't have a last name on him, but he's the one in there for the Kickapoo Chiefs very quickly, right off that far side of the nose right here. A.J. Martin comes in motion. Give goes to Sheen Butler. I'm sorry, is that Eric Richardson?
Looks like it. I think that's Eric Richardson with the carry.
Richardson up the middle. It looks like he's going to get maybe a yard or 2. Bring it back just across the original line of scrimmage, so it looks like it's going to be 3rd and right about 10.
So Richardson's in the backfield. Smith in there, Michael Lewis in there at quarterback.
Tigers go 3 receivers. 2 are out to the top of the screen, 1 to the near side. Believe that's Saul DeHart down here on the near side. Cannot tell who that is up high. A.J. Martin comes in motion. Give goes inside to Richardson. He's going to push forward.
Pick up about 4 maybe?
3.
3. Looks like going to be 3. So that's going to bring up a 4th and about...
Looks like 4th and 6. Couple receivers check into the game for the Waynesville Tigers. Joshua Ash and Jared Hyatt checking into the game for the Waynesville Tigers, as it looks like the Tigers are going to go for it here. Eric Richardson in the backfield set. Michael Lewis in at quarterback. It looks like the Kickapoo Chiefs are going to bring the house.
Lewis
takes
slips
off
away from that tackle, and he's going to be just short. Oh, I thought he had it there, Matt. He had some daylight, and Kickapoo was able to close at the last second. Michael broke 2 tackles. Kickapoo's going to take over on downs.
Credit to Montravius, that number 57 for Kickapoo right there. If he doesn't stop him, Lewis easily picks up the first down, and he's the last man that could stop. He gets the job done. So the ball's going to be turned over. Kickapoo Chiefs, 8:45 left to play here in 3rd quarter action. And Kickapoo Chiefs going to get the ball back. Is this a hydration break here, maybe?
Well, we haven't had that official, what you'd call hydration break, but we've had multiple times that on a change of possession, they've held them out for a extended period of time. Wondering if maybe that's what Mish is doing right now. If maybe Mish
instead of
having a complete stoppage
right
in the game, maybe they gave the officials the opportunity to go, you know, hey, wait a minute. When we have a natural stop, extend it, take care of it that way. I don't know.
Well, and that would make sense. It definitely doesn't interrupt the game as much as the traditional. Of course, Corey Ace went to that H2O Summit this summer. He'd have the answers, but he's at a wedding.
He's at a wedding.
So if you guys have any questions, of course, we'll be asking him this week once he gets back to school post-wedding.
Give Corey a call.
Give Corey a call down here at the athletic office with all your H2O questions. He is the official hydration coordinator for the Waynesville R6. All right, first down run doesn't pick up much. Going to be second about 9.5. Elmquist up under center, gives it. That's going to be Moggins. Moggins finding some daylight.
And he's going to pick up a first down. Once again, folks, if you're out there watching from a state that we haven't put a pin in a map yet tonight, send us a message there on Facebook, and we'll get another pin in the TTSN Sports map.
Yeah, definitely would like to get as many pins in tonight. Right now, Coach, as the handoff goes, fake the handoff to Moggins, in trouble.
He slips out, lets it fly. Oh, and it's going to be caught down here at the 32.
That's going to be Chase Cruz picking up that reception. But quick scan of the TTSN Sports map on the national side of things. Now, we did get our first international pin in tonight. But, Coach, we have 10 pins in the map.
That is awesome.
That's 20% of the states in the United States have already checked in this evening.
I want to tell you, Matt, that right there, I'm watching that ball fly through the air, and it doesn't look like there's any way it gets to the receiver.
No, but it looks like a legal man downfield there is the call, so that's going to come back, penalize them 5. So we're gonna play that down all over again. It's going to be 1st and 15 and wipe out a really nice gain right there by Chase Cruz. All right, Elmquist up under center. Turn gives to Moggins right up the middle and nowhere to go.
Nope. It's a nice job by the Waynesville defensive line there, stuffing that hole.
Oh, Coach Rawlings, here we go. Another new state pin going in. J.D. Bowles checking in from Richmond Hill, Georgia.
2nd and 14 for the Kickapoo Chiefs on their own 38-yard line.
Turn. This time Elmquist rolls out, looking downfield, got pressure coming, just has to get rid of it. It looks like a catch. Is that Coach Benny Perez right there?
I believe that was a coach. That's going to be intentional grounding on the Kickapoo Chiefs.
All right, so that's going to drive him back even further.
It's going to be 3rd down, and
I'm going to say 3rd and about 21. It's 3rd and a bunch.
Kickapoo is.
No, it's going to be 3rd and about 23, 24.
Kickapoo's coach across the way.
Coach Nate Thomas, the head coach there.
He's wanting an explanation from the official. As you see, Coach Mike defense right there on your screen.
Boy, Coach Thomas does not look pleased, and he is all the way out at midfield.
Yeah, he is not happy. Coach Klutz wanted to send a big hello out to his friend Jimmy tonight. This is a good time to do it when Coach Klutz is right there on the TV.
Well, absolutely, and I hope Jimmy's watching. Oh, Mike, former TTSN Sports Fan of the Year, I believe has 2 of the trophies on his mantle down there. Mr. Nelson Morgan checking in with us on the TTSN Sports feed. Nelson, don't know if you heard this recently, but putting his golden voice back into the game of announcing football.
There's going to be a run up the middle. That's going to be
Moggins, and he's going to get a good chunk of that yardage back. Looks like he's going to pick up 13, 14 yards on that carry, but it's still going to be 4th and long here. Looks like spotted the ball. I'm going to say that's still going to be 4th and 12.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 12. The punt team's coming in for the Kickapoo Chiefs.
It looks like that's going to be A.J. Martin, and is that Evander Bradford? I cannot see on that far side. No, I'm sorry. I believe that's Shane Butler Lawson.
Matt Nelson wants to know if Tennessee's on our map yet or not.
We did. The University of Memphis checked in with us a little bit earlier this evening. A.J. Martin fields it, picks it back up. He's going to bring it out about the 33-yard line. Going to be stopped there. The Tiger offense is going to go to work.
6:27 left here in quarter number 3. Matt, I think our theory may be right because we're already out ready to play. There's no holding over at that side.
Well, and this is the type of evening where you're definitely going to be taking the water breaks.
And that's going to be a timeout, another timeout taken by the Kickapoo Chiefs. That's going to leave them with 1 here in the second half. Doesn't appear to be big right now, but using those 2 timeouts here in the third quarter could definitely, a tie ball game could definitely come back to play a factor in this game.
Absolutely. Well, with as nip tuck as it has been, all right, so that timeout stops the clock at 6:27 left to play here in third quarter action.
So the Tigers with all 3 timeouts, Kickapoo with 1. Lewis at quarterback for the Tigers. He's going to go back to pass. Oh, now he's going to tuck it and run. And Michael's got some room.
Runs out of bounds right about the 40-yard line.
I think he's going to pick up about 7. Second and 3 for the Tigers.
All right, 2 backs in the backfield beside Lewis. Turn, gives the handoff.
I believe that's Bradford on the carry.
Right, he looks like he's going to have enough for a first down right there. So 1st and 10 Tigers. Going to bring the ball out near the 45. Looks like just shy of the 45-yard line. All right, Tigers spread out the formation here. 2 backs in the set. Tigers go 2 to the bottom of the screen, 1 wide out to the top. A.J. Martin comes in motion. Handoff goes, I believe that's Bradford again.
Yep. Well, I tell you, when Bradford hits that line, he's got a head of steam behind him at that point. Bradford, just a freshman for the Waynesville Tigers.
Absolutely, and he is not a small guy, and doesn't appear to be about 1 ounce of fat on the young man. No. He is strong and solid. Coach Rawlings, I'm pretty sure if he ran through you or I, we're not getting back up real soon.
Well, I guarantee I'm not.
Well, I'm going to try, but I'm probably not going to be any faster.
Nah.
A.J. Martin comes in motion. Lewis throws it out in the flats. It's caught. Cannot tell.
He's still going. That's number 3 for the Tigers. That's Jalen Andrews up there. Jalen breaks a couple tackles for a real nice gain for the Tigers.
Jalen Andrews is going to pick up about, looks like 17 yards on that play right there. And that ball is moving, puts it down. Well, I'm waiting on a spot here. Waiting on the referee to put it down.
They hadn't put it down yet, so it's hard to tell. It's going to be in that area.
26, 27.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be. And we have a personal foul against Kickapoo. That's going to add some more yardage. It's going to take it all the way down to the 19-yard line, Matt. Oh, the incomparable Tim Wallace comes over to join us for a little bit. That's going to be a handoff to the handoff to the receiver coming across on the backside. That's going to be Daniel McCullough with the carry.
84 Daniel McCullough. All right, I guess the incomparable, the illustrious Tim Wallace had a little static feedback on my mic. Coach,
he can fix anything.
Well, is there anything the man can't do?
No.
All right, second.
Whether it's TV, whether it's radio, whether it's just being a fine human being, he does it all well.
All right, that's going to be Sheen Butler-Lawson with the run, and it looks like Sheen's going to be real close to that first down. It's going to probably depend on the spot right here. Looks like they're going to mark him
about
just
a yard.
shy.
Yeah, they're going to call him about a yard short. After the mark, it's going to be 3rd and 2, Matt.
All right, big third down right here for the Waynesville Tigers. Lewis in the backfield. Sheen Butler-Lawson. Tigers come in motion across. Give goes to Sheen, and they wrap him up immediately. I think they're going to drop Sheen for about a half-yard loss.
Looks like Aaron Troy's going to come in the game for a field goal attempt. It'll be a 30.
It's going to be a straight-up 30-yarder right here.
It's right on the 20-yard line.
They're going to tee it up on the 20. Spots down, the kick's up. And it's good.
And so the Tigers take the lead 10-7 here with 3:12 left in the third quarter. It's been a long time since that scoreboard's changed, and it changed in the right way. Changed in favor of the Waynesville Tigers.
Absolutely. We saw Kickapoo try a long field goal there towards the end of the first half. Was it about 47-yarder?
It was a 47-yarder.
Came out low and liner kick. Didn't get in, but the Choi puts it across and in for the Tigers. Tigers back up on top. 3:12 left to play here in the third quarter. Tiger lead 10-7.
You know, the next thing we need, Matt, have you seen that thing on the NFL? Did you watch a game last night? They kick a field goal, they could tell you exactly how far out it would be good from.
Well, Coach, I watched about 15 or 20 minutes last night of the football game. I realized I don't really much like the Bears, no offense, Coach Murray, or the Packers. And I didn't have any business watching that game, so I flipped it over and found something else to watch last night.
Did you watch Hogan's Heroes last night?
No, Coach, it's been I don't think I've ever turned it over to watch Hogan's Heroes.
Checking. That would have been about that time. So.
Well, I tried to get excited for the first game of the NFL season. I realized I really didn't care. All right, so Choi tees it up after the field goal for 3. Choi's going to tee it up and kick it off.
No, it's a new little thing. They can sit there and you can tell you that would have been good from 57 yards out, or that would have been good from wherever.
Looks like Laterro King and Chandler Taylor are going to be back deep, and that one's going to go into the end zone.
Deeper into the end zone. So Kickapoo will take over on their 20-yard line.
All right, so that Tiger defense back onto the field here. Boy, something kind of threw me off guard there to start the second half. The Kickapoo Chiefs came out with Laterrell King in the backfield, kind of got away from Moggins for a set, brought him back that last series, but Mr. Moggins has had quite a night carrying the football, been doing a lot of heavy sledding inside. Looks like Moggins is back in the set. Elmquist back under center. Only one receiver split wide for Kickapoo. Give goes to Moggins. He's looking for daylight, and there is none. As a group of about 6 Tigers wrap him up. I see Daniel McCullough in there in a pile of humans.
So 2nd and 10 for the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Kickapoo has 2 wideouts split to the top. Running back's going to go Moggins up the middle again. He's going to spill forward and pick up maybe 1.5. Need to send a big shout out. Looks like John Wilson checking in. Now, John, we're going to need confirmation, but are you checking in from the great state of Mississippi? Because that's one of the states we do not have pinned on the TTSN
That's right,
Sports
John.
Board.
We're gonna need you to let us know that before we can officially put that pin in the map.
All right, Kickapoo 3rd and long right now, spreads it out. They're going to go 4 wide. Looks like Moggins in the backfield set as Elmquist drops back. Pressure comes up the middle, gets the pass away.
And it's going to be caught. Defense.
I wasn't sure who was going to come out of there with it.
No, that could have went either way. John, we're hoping that you've had a chance to see your brother down there on the sideline, Coach Mark Wilson. He's down there walking the sidelines for the Waynesville Tigers.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 right here. Ball sits at about the 44-yard line for the Kickapoo Chiefs. Chiefs go spread set. Moggins up the middle. Going to spill forward. Looks like he's going to pick up a couple yards maybe. Falling forward, not much there.
Deron Anderson in on that tackle for the Tigers. 2nd 8, just about to the 1-minute mark here in quarter number 3.
Elmquist drops back. Looks into the flats. A little quick pass out there, but just overthrows it.
Looked like Kickapoo was trying to set up a little screen right there. They let the Tigers through. And then the second line of defense for the Tigers did a great job of staying at home and not allowing that screen to get set up.
Looking for the back. I think that was Maurice Fiame over on the other side that had that pass get connected. I think Mr. Fiame may have been getting ready to take the wind out of that sail. He might be real happy he didn't catch that ball.
3rd down and 8 for the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Kickapoo once again spread out wide. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Elmquist looks. He's got a receiver, but goes way too deep. Nice coverage on the play right there. Is that A.J. Martin on that far side in coverage?
You tell, look like that might have been Daniel McCullough on that other side doing that.
Yeah, you're right. It is Daniel McCullough as he checks out right now.
Well, we've got confirmation that John Wilson's in Mississippi. How about Miss Stephanie Lewis confirming that she's down in Georgia would get another state?
All right, back to return for the Tigers. Quadrini to punt. Gets a high end over end floater. This one's going to go down inside the 20. I believe that's McCullough Still on his feet, looking for room.
We've got a flag
down here.
On the near side. It went down early, Matt.
It did, and I saw one Tiger and one Chief tangled up, but I did not see what led to the tangle up. Get this pin down here right in Biloxi, Mississippi for Mr. John Wilson.
And that's going to be a hold on the Waynesville Tigers. This is going to be the call. So that's going to move the ball back to the 14-yard line.
That's going to be Bradford on the carry right there. Some tough fought yards right there. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5.
And Matt, that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter with the Waynesville Tigers up on the Kickapoo Chiefs, 10-7. And Matt, you know what that means it's time for, don't you?
TTSN Sports Update.
It's time for a TTSN Sports Update. This TTSN Sports Update brought to you by the TigerTV Facebook page. TigerTV Facebook for all the news. It is news right here in Tigertown. Matt, you know who likes the TigerTV Facebook page?
Well, there's so many people, but since it's the first home football game, I'm going to go with Coach Joe Hollywood Haynes.
You know, right, Hollywood Haynes, he loves that TigerTV Facebook page. But we're not going to give Hollywood that honor yet. We're going to go to Coach Mabach of the Waynesville Lady Tiger softball team, getting their first victory last night right up here in Tigertown, right behind us over at the softball field. Matt, our sports update, we're going to talk about what's coming up here in Tiger athletics this week, as Tiger soccer team is going to be here at home on the 12th, going to be taking on Willard. Tiger Golf's got the Elias Invitational next Friday on the 11th. Girls tennis going to be hosting Osage on the 10th. The boys swimming team's headed down on the 14th to the 14th, the Ozark Invitational. Volleyball, they're going to be here at home on the 10th. They're going to be taking on Sullivan. Softball, they're going to be on the road this week at the 10th at Lebanon, the 12th at West Plains. Cross country, as we said, they're headed to Jeff City tomorrow. And next Friday night, the Lebanon Yellow Jackets roll into town to take on your Waynesville Tigers.
As the Tigers complete the pass.
That's Sheen Butler Lawson right there.
Sheen Butler Lawson going to pick up a whole heap of yards from the 15-yard line all the way down. Looks like they're going to put him right about the 30 of Kickapoo.
32.
32-yard line here. Sheen caught that in some open space, and Sheen wants to get a head of steam going. It's hard to bring that young man down.
It's hard to bring Sheen down. Once again, Matt, on our map, we're needing confirmation from Miss Stephanie Lewis, Mr. Jim Carson out there watching us. We could use a little state confirmation from him too. If we're going to have a pass. Oh, wow. What a catch.
Wow.
Right there by Jalen Andrews.
Jalen Andrews. How did Jalen Andrews come down with that ball?
I don't know. I thought that ball was going to be over Jalen. And Jalen somehow came down and held on to the ball. And they're going to move. It's going to move the Tigers all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Wow. What a catch, Jalen Andrews. All right, so first and goal. Handoff goes, it looks like Sheen Butler Lawson looking for some daylight and touchdown.
Sheen Butler Lawson is going to take it in from the 5 to extend that Tiger lead. And that's going to put the Tigers up 16-7. Extra point is coming from Choi. And the Tigers strike quickly here in the fourth quarter.
It's going to be Michael Lewis on the hold. Ball's down, kicks up, and it's good. And just like that, the Waynesville Tigers go up by 10, 17-7 here with 11:01 left to play in the game.
Well, Matt, we went from not having much scoring to real quickly the Tigers putting 10 points on the board here against Kickapoo. And you extend this by 2 scores, and it puts the pressure on that Kickapoo offense.
Absolutely. You got to think that this is 11 minutes. 11 minutes is a lot of time.
It's a long time, but we haven't seen Kickapoo able to move the ball but one time quickly.
Right.
All night long in 3 quarters of action.
Well, in a couple of the times tonight that we've seen Kickapoo really spread it out and try and go a little quicker, throwing that ball deep, they had one real nice completion, but Kickapoo not being able to connect pass-wise the way I thought that they might have a little better shot at that tonight. And credit the Tiger defense for just absolutely shutting down the passing game right now of the Kickapoo Chiefs.
And Miss Frances Andrews, yes, that was your grandson with a great catch out there. You have an awesome grandson there. He's been a member of our track team for the last few years, and we're looking forward to big things this year as a senior in track also.
Absolutely. Fantastic young man, and what a fantastic catch that was to set the Tigers up at 1st and goal. Nice little return right here. I think that's going to be Chandler on the far side with the return, and that's going to get him out across the 30-yard line. Eventually going to be pushed out by L.J. Beam. Still waiting on a spot. It looks like it's going to be right at the 35. So the Kickapoo Chiefs offense is going to take over there.
10:55 left here in the ball game.
And the little footballs, they are a-flying.
You got to believe Kickapoo's going to open it up a little bit here from what we've seen for 3 quarters of action.
Well, and with the defense I've seen out of our Tigers tonight, they put that ball in the air against the skill backs we have on defense right here. I'd like to see one come back the other way, and I think we've got the guys to do it. Is the pass coverage?
All kinds of pressure.
They're going to say
it's going to be a completion.
Wow.
About an 8-yard completion. The Tigers with all kinds of pressure in the backfield.
I'm not sure how Elmquist got that pass off because he had 2 Waynesville Tigers in his face fast. Kickapoo's keeping that spread out formation. They're going to go twins top, twins bottom. Looks like Moggins in the set beside Elmquist. Elmquist looking down the field.
It's going to be
there. It goes. That's what I thought would happen if they started trying to push it too much.
We're going to get a flag right here in front of us. We've got a block in the back, and we have 4 flags on the field.
Credit Joshua Ash with the interception right there. And it may negate some of the return yardage, but Waynesville Tigers are going to keep the ball here.
And that is the key.
And that's what I was talking about. When Kickapoo starts trying to force that ball down the field, our defensive backs are just too good. You lay it up for grabs like that, and somebody in an orange jersey is going to come out of there with it.
And it's a little different feel when the Tigers are looking pass.
Oh, absolutely.
You're spread out back there. You got a few more bodies. And when it comes down to the speed factor, the Tigers definitely have the advantage.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so the Tigers, that's going to push them back just about to midfield. Going to take the ball and start here 1st and 10 at the Kickapoo 49. Michael Lewis in the set. Turn, fakes the handoff. Pitch goes out to A.J. Martin on the end around. Still on his feet. 10 yards, 15. Pickup of 20 and still chugging until he's finally driven out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. I'm not sure where.
Wow, what a run right there for A.J. Martin. Going to take it down all the way to just at the 20-yard line?
It's going to be at the 21, just outside the 20.
So that's going to be a 27-yard scamper right there for A.J. Martin. Oh, the Tigers smell blood in the water. Looks like former Waynesville coach Mickey Murray checking in. We're going to need official confirmation, Mickey, but I believe he should be in Laramie, Wyoming, and Wyoming is not checked off on the TTSN map.
Sheen Butler Lawson with a nice little, looks 5-6 yard run there over the left side.
All right, Michael Lewis brings the play into the huddle, or into the field. I guess they didn't fully huddle up there. Is that Bradford in the backfield beside him?
I believe so.
A.J. Martin comes in motion again here. Give is to Bradford, looking for some space. Breaks one tackle, breaks two.
He's still on his feet.
3, 4, 5.
And he takes it to the end zone.
Touchdown, Tigers!
Evander Bradford with a 16-yard scamper.
Wow.
And a touchdown.
What a run by Evander Bradford right there. Coach Rawlings, if I counted 5 different Kickapoo Chiefs that had hands on him, and he just kept going.
He just kept going. He kept that momentum going down the field.
Michael Lewis in to hold. Choi back to tee it up. Choi kicks. It's up and it's good.
And that's going to extend the Waynesville lead to 24-7 here with 9:38 left in the fourth quarter. Matt, while we're waiting for the kickoff, we want to send out our recognition night to the kids working this broadcast, their first live broadcast here for the TTSN Sports Network this year. We've got Haley Webb, Trevor Tronstad, Jackson Ranjay, Jordan Shadrinick.
That's little Jordan Shrednick.
Okay. Michaela Mesko and Michaela Manhalter. They're under the direction of the incomparable,
the illustrious,
the illuminal
Tim Wallace.
And once again, doing an absolutely outstanding job. They're doing this good a job tonight. What's it going to be like in a few weeks? Because a lot of these people, first time they've been out here doing this, Tim's already got an A game going. He has set the bar high for the rest of the year. Right
Oh, absolutely. There's no telling what little treats Tim Wallace has in store for us this year. I've heard rumor of some different things in the TTSN prize closet, maybe some giveaways this football season.
Oh, the prize closet. That's the prize vault anymore because it's got to be locked down. Because people are wanting TTSN merchandise. It's not available online.
Nice kick right there. Aaron Choi kicks fielded by King right at the goal line. He's going to get it out across the 30.
It's coming back, though, because there was a block in the back way down here at the 15. Yep. So Kickapoo's going to start in the hole right down here.
And, boy, just like that, the Tigers have made this place come alive as they jump out to a 24-7. Coach Rawlings, it was nip tuck, it was back and forth, and then it got one-sided real quick.
And Matt, we got to send this out. We need to recognize we haven't had to bring him in yet tonight, but we will at some point. The official rules interpreter of the TTSN Sports Network, Gary Schultz, he's watching us live from Osage Beach up there. He's had the book out, looking things up, sending me text messages, making sure everything's right.
Well,
and a couple times it's been something about refereeing fishing, but I've just ignored those texts and we just go with it. You know, Coach Schultz coming back fresh off Major League Fishing Championship that he refereed. Tigers with all kinds of pressure. Oh, it is the screen and it gets out this time.
That's going to be caught, brought out, going to pick up almost 20 yards on the carry. Going to bring it all the way out just across the 30-yard line. Good to see Coach Schultz last week. He made it down to the game in Camdenton. Got to see him. Got to visit a little bit. Sure looks like Coach Schultz is enjoying retirement. Retirement's been good to him.
I didn't expect anything less.
All right, so it's going to set it up 1st and 10 right at the 30-yard line. Elmquist in the shotgun set. Another little quick pass into the flat. That's going to be Moggins. And Moggins is going to be knocked out of bounds after about a 3, maybe 4-yard clip. But, wow, he took a nice shot from Waynesville Tiger over there. I'm trying to see who that was that delivered that blow.
Isaac Peterson.
Isaac Peterson. He laid the wood right there. All right, Elmquist in the shotgun set, still 4 wideouts, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom of the set. Kickapoo's been in here almost exclusively lately. Passes up,
what
and
a catch.
Nice catch right there. That's going to be Chandler Taylor. Reaches out with one hand and kind of tips it back into him.
And does all that while he's being covered very well.
Absolutely. Nice coverage on the play, but he able to pull that one in, and it's going to be a nice gain for Kickapoo. Going to bring him down all the way to about the Waynesville 36. 8:45 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Tigers come in, quickly get the pass away. I believe that's Moggins. Pressure was brought right up the middle right there. Able to get it off. But wow, that's going to be number 23, Deron Anderson, in his face quickly. Somehow he's able to get that pass off. Pick up another first down. This time Elmquist rolls out to the right. He's looking to the end zone. Overthrows the intended target. I believe that one was intended for Chase Cruz.
Matt, we're starting to get a few scores coming over the ticker. Lebanon's up on Springfield Central heading into fourth quarter, 61-0.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Kickapoo keeps the same formation.
Those Lebanon Yellow Jackets will be
Elmquist
rolling into town next week.
Throws the screen out right there, but nice job of the Tigers to defend it. And I think the Moggins is going to get the completion there, but I'm not so sure. He might have just barely scraped back to the line of scrimmage. Tigers have figured out that little bubble screen right there.
Yeah, after they've ran that now 4 times in this trip.
Nice job by the Tigers right there, not overcommit. Leave that man out there to take care of it. But boy, Elmquist is having pressure in his face every time he drops back.
Camdenton Lakers in the third quarter up on Parkview, 63-7.
Terrell King goes into motion, runs into his own defender, and the Tigers have him now. Elmquist
That's going to be number 42,
dropped.
Elijah Stallings with the sack there.
Well, Elmquist had narrowly escaped a few of them, and Stallings gets in there and wraps him up.
Halftime score from down in West Plains. West Plains up on the Rolla Bulldogs, 42-7. At halftime, Glendale up on Hillcrest, 20-6.
Kickapoo moves triplets down to the bottom. They're going for the lone man up at the top. Going to be thrown up and out of bounds. Think they're looking for Chase Cruz again up there at the top. They've really been calling his number. No, I'm sorry, that's going to be Taylor up there that time. Number 33, Chandler Taylor, the intended target. That's going to bring up 4th and long here. I'm sorry. What was 4th? How about it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers?
It's going to be the Tigers' ball. Now I think you're going to see those Tigers looking to run some clock out here.
Well, with 6:47 in a lead right now, 24-7, wouldn't be surprised to see a heavy dose of Sheen Butler-Lawson and Bradford and Eric Richardson, because they've done a nice job on the ground tonight for the Waynesville Tigers. Keep that clock moving, keep those chains going. Take the time out of the clock, and let's get a win right here on the home opener.
See Coach Hollywood Haynes down there talking to his offense.
Assistant coach Down there, Coach Mark Wilson, we mentioned him earlier, seems to be telling quite the animated story down there on the sideline.
Well, I tell you, nobody can tell a story like Mark Wilson.
This one looks good. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's looking. Lots of arm gestures.
How many stories does Mark Wilson tell that we all don't laugh?
Not many.
That ball's on the ground, and
no.
It's going to be a turnover. We had a little miscommunication there in the backfield. And so Kickapoo's going to take over with the ball on the 26-yard line.
All right, so the Kickapoo offense quickly back onto the field as Elmquist leads the Chiefs. Moggins in the backfield set, 2 receivers wide at the top, 2 at the bottom. Pressure once again up the middle. Elmquist looks like he's going to tuck it and run it, and he's going to get hit pretty hard right there. It's going to be number 63 making the stop for the Waynesville Tigers. That's going to be Jamarion Fain.
He'll pick up about 5 on that run.
Well, now, wait a minute. Did I have the wrong number? I thought Jamarion had that, but I think that might have been Mr. Fiame again. I can't quite see those numbers on the Waynesville jerseys quite as clear. Pass goes down. Nice job right there.
Almost intercepted, and a good job on defense by Eric Richardson.
Wow, Eric got up, timed that perfectly. Checking into the game for the Tigers on defense is going to be number 5. That's going to be Saul DeHart. All right, 3rd and 5. Elmquist slips a little bit. Some pressure coming. He gets that ball off, but it's going to be well out of bounds.
Tigers' pressure made him throw that ball off balance.
Yeah.
Tough to throw that football anyway, much less when you're running for your life. Throwing out to the side that way and trying to put it on the money.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 5 here. We saw Kickapoo go for it earlier. Would not be surprised. We've seen the Kickapoo Chiefs right here on some of these 4th and long, 3rd and long plays, trying to isolate one receiver off, go 3 to one side, 1 to the opposite side, and really try and target that lone receiver, get that one-on-one matchup. Hasn't really worked out in their favor, but we've seen them try that several times.
So we're under the 6-minute mark.
We've got a little stoppage here. It looks like we're doing some hydrating. So at home, you want to run to that fridge, grab that bottle of water real quick.
I hope they've done it before now.
Well, yeah, we've had a few of these little stoppages.
But I hope we haven't told them to do that. I hope they did that without us telling them, because I'm going to feel bad if people are getting dehydrated at home.
Well, but at home, they're probably sitting in the air conditioning. It's probably not as paramount that they're hydrating at home as it was if they'd be sitting here in the stands.
I think that's probably true. Jim Carson's out there watching us. I'm pretty sure Jim's in South Carolina. Jim, could you let us know you're in South Carolina? We can put a pin on the map. Matt's getting a little edgy because he hadn't put one on there for a while.
I know. We haven't dropped as many pins in the second half as we did that first. I still have my dream that we're going to have all 50 states check in.
There's a pass to the end zone, and it's going to be overthrown. The Tigers are going to take over on downs.
Looking for Chase Cruz that time in the end zone. All right, so the Tigers going to take over. What are we, just under 6 minutes, 5:50 left to play here in fourth quarter action. Waynesville on top, 24-7. As we said last time, expect to see a pretty heavy dose of keeping this on the ground would be my guess. Handoff goes. That's going to be Eric Richardson looking for daylight around the left-hand side, and we've got flags aplenty.
That's going to be a hold against the Tigers.
Almost always indicative of a hold over there where that was thrown.
So that's going to move the ball back and stop the clock. We get the clock running here again.
All right, they wind the clock and we roll. We're going to replay that. It's going to be first in a heap. Looks like first in about 23. Handoff goes.
That's
Bradford. Finally going to be driven out of bounds. It looks like he's going to pick up a handful, maybe 3 over there on that far side, 4 yards. Well, no. Looks like he's going to pick up about 6. So it's going to be second and long. Looks like Richardson stays in the game there in the backfield beside Lewis. Receivers bunched in at the edges. Lewis rolls out. Looks to throw. He's got a receiver. It's complete.
It's going to be Jalen Andrews with the reception. Matt, we have confirmation that Jim Carson is watching the game from Miss Loretta Carson. We just need confirmation of where they are at watching the game.
Well, now South Carolina's on the map. So
is it already on the map?
South Carolina is, but if they're in North Carolina, we do not have North Carolina on the map. Or wait a minute, we may need to scroll back through because for some reason I may have marked that wrong.
Little screen pass. Going to be complete to Sheen Butler Lawson. It's going to bring up 4th down. Tigers are going to bring on the punt team.
Coach Rawlings, I went back through to double check, and we do have that marked wrong. Earlier, we had a check-in from North Carolina.
Well, that ball, that's going to be interesting what the call is here, because that ball bounced off a Kickapoo Chief. There was a Waynesville Tiger right in his face. Waynesville ended up with the ball. And there's no flag on the play, I don't believe.
And
it's going to be Waynesville ball. Was not sure right there if it was going to be called interference to catch the ball. And we have confirmation that the Carson family is in South Carolina watching us, Matt.
So we do gain that state, as I had mismarked our earlier check-in. So now North Carolina and South Carolina are covered. Hoping they're staying dry down there. Look like quite rough weather coming with that Hurricane Dorian right through the area. Handoff goes inside Sheen Butler Lawson, still on his feet.
And that's going to be a Bradford.
No, I'm sorry, that's Evander Bradford. Yes, it is, and he's going to go forward. He's going to be really close to the first down there. Looks like they're going to mark him just shy of the first down, so it's going to bring up second and less than 1.
Right now, the key is the Tigers just let that clock keep running down.
Absolutely, as we're just right at the 3:20 mark left to play here in the 4th quarter. Handoff going to go.
That's going to be Richardson.
Richardson on his feet.
And he's
across the 30,
tackles.
20,
he's still going.
10.
He's going to score.
Touchdown, Waynesville Tigers. Eric Richardson.
No, once he got to running out in the open field, I was very confident there was not going to be a Kickapoo Chief that's going to be able to catch him, and that's going to be well, we've moved the chains, Matt.
Well, it was just about a 40-yard run.
About a 40-yard touchdown run for Eric Richardson.
Wow. Of course, not only is there not many people on this field going to catch, we saw Eric Richardson, one of the fastest in the Ozark Conference, one of the fastest in the state. There's not many people in the state going to catch him in the wide open.
Catalina, and the Tigers, Tigers go for 2. That was a pass intended for Jared Hyatt, and it was broken up. So that's going to leave the score at 30 in favor of the Tigers, 30-7 here with 3:05 left in the ball game. Catalina Savannah watching from Connecticut.
Oh, buddy. Love it when we get to start putting pins up here. That's the first pin anywhere in the Northeast tonight. Woo. Coach Rollins, we talked about 2 evenly matched teams and being just a grudge match here tonight, and for the first half it was. And the Waynesville Tigers have made some key adjustments at halftime because they have come out in the second half and just absolutely eaten the lunch of the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Well, I had a chance this week to talk to the gentleman that went and watched the Lebanon Kickapoo game last week, and one of his comments was the fact that Kickapoo early on was able to stay with Lebanon. Eventually, Lebanon was able to wear them down, and I think that's exactly what the Waynesville Tigers did tonight. As the more the game went, you could see the Tigers, and we've called lots of different names tonight. The Tigers have been able to stay fresh out there, attacking on both defense and offense, and I think they have literally worn this Kickapoo Chiefs team out.
All right, Aaron Choi tees it up for the Tigers. He's going to kick it. It's up, and it's going to be fielded right about the 10-yard line. I believe that's King. 15.
We've
20.
got a flag.
Ooh, he's going to take a pretty hard hit and be driven out, and we're going to have a flag over there on the sideline on the far side as well. I think on the near side, going to be a block in the back. Waiting on a signal here by the referee.
They're going to offset. And
I believe you
we're going to re-kick thing,
on offsetting penalties. I believe calls for the re-kick. All right, so we're going to pretend that never happened, and we're going to do this all over again. Aaron Choi going to have to re-tee it, re-kick it. So we go inside of 3 minutes, 2:56 on the clock. The crowd comes to their feet here for the kickoff. All right, Choi sends it deep again. This time it's going to go over King and into the end zone for a touchback.
Both guys took off. Before that ball took a bounce, it bounces the other way, and it's going to get interesting real quick.
Well, they both looked at each other like each one maybe thought the other one was going to field it.
So Kickapoo Chiefs will take over on their 20, 30-7 in favor of the Waynesville Tigers.
All right, Moggins is in the backfield. Elmquist is going to go up under center. 2 receivers at the top, 1 split down to the bottom. Looked like a little bobble coming loose with Elmquist, but he gets the ball to Moggins. Moggins chugging and turning. Looks like he's going to pile forward and pick up about 7. Daniel McCullen, number 84, in on the stop for the Tigers. Maurice Fiame in on the stop there as well. Elmquist goes in the shotgun set. Takes the snap. Hand off to Moggins once more up the middle. He's going to have the first down. Looks like just across. Pick up about 4, and it's going to be good for a first. But Kickapoo
just running the ball up the middle right now. A little surprised, Matt. Maybe a little surprised that they're still running Moggins.
I'd add,
in game 2, in a game, we're at the 2-minute mark. A lot of season left for both of these teams. Once again, Tigers will be at home again next week. We'll be right back here on the TTSN Sports Network. The Lebanon Yellow Jackets roll into town. We'd love to see you out here supporting the Tigers. It's going to be a completed pass. We got another flag there.
Well, we had a flag in the backfield here that I think is going to be defensive holding. I think the Waynesville Tigers got a hand on a receiver back here. And then we had a second flag it looked like after the catch here. Defensive holding against the Tigers, and so we're going to tack on to the end there.
Final from down in Springfield. Camdenton defeats Parkview 63-7.
All right, so that's going to move the ball all the way down to the Waynesville 40. Elmquist in the shotgun set, 3 receivers to the top. And this has been when we've seen the little bubble screen, and Elmquist is going to be wrapped up right there. Elijah Stallings, and I didn't catch who the second Tiger there was, but we've seen Elmquist kind of step under that first guy a couple times and try and throw that little bubble screen out there, and that time not anything there, and he gets wrapped up, dropped for about a 5-yard loss on the play. So we're down to the final minute. Screen pass goes to Moggins there. He's catching it and brings it back to just across the original line of scrimmage. So he's going to pick up 5, maybe 6 on the play. That's going to make it 3rd and 9, and we're 40 seconds in. We roll.
We're just running clock, and I think that's what Kickapoo's been wanting to do on this drive. Just run some clock, get this thing over with. And they got to be looking at next week also. But the Tigers, tough opponent rolling in here next week, the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. But you got to really, Matt, we watched
as Elmquist goes down right there.
We watched this team play last week over at Camdenton, and much improved Tiger Ball Club in another week. I think there's a lot of new guys out there needed to get a game under their belt last week. Camdenton's got one heck of a football team also. Well, right now the Tigers are going to walk off the field with their first win of the season, defeating the Kickapoo Chiefs 30-7. Once again, folks, we want to thank everyone.
All the students rush the field.
Yeah, well, yes, they do, Matt. Wow, the students do rush the field. As the Tigers get their first win, they move to 1-1 on the season. Next week, Lebanon rolls into town. We're going to be here right back on the TTSN Sports Network. We'd love to see you down here supporting the Tigers instead of sitting there at home watching. We want to thank everybody for joining us. For Matt Johnson, I'm Mike Rawlings, and we wish everybody out there to have a great weekend.